We are up at Grand Teton today, and we've got an early start. You can see just how gorgeous it is out here. Been hiking about 3.5 miles so far. We came from that direction, and hoping to find the hidden falls here in a little bit. So we keep pressing on, looking around. Saw a moose this morning. Didn't want to get too close to him, but it was a moose that shed his antlers. Saw a couple doe also this morning, and we'll see what else we have in store. But this is a beautiful area, obviously, and there's all these signs that say bear crossing and things like that. Speaking of that, be prepared if you see a bear. So yeah, good to know. Down here, you can sort of see there's near the water. I don't see the falls yet, but hopefully we'll be seeing that in just a little while. First time out to the Yellowstone and Grand Teton area. We'll do some more hiking throughout the week. Got a couple of races in store. Should be a lot of fun. So we just finished seeing the falls. Very peaceful down here. This is just over the trail. So we got this little stream here. No more moose sighting, but you never know. Maybe we'll see some moose a little bit later on. No bears either. That's a good thing. I don't really want to see any bears. Very peaceful out here. So just finished the half marathon, and finish line is right next to the Jackson Hole Tennis and Golf Club. Nobody here other than us runners, but very, very scenic finish. That is the finish line way over there. Altitude was definitely a factor today. Didn't finish in as good of a time as I had hoped, but we did finish. Beautiful place.
Wait, that's crazy.
Jacob. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not as easy as they make it look.
I slipped down. That was really fun.
All right, so we just were at Artist Point. We're at Yellowstone today. And now we are going to see the upper falls from the canyon view. So we're walking here. There's a ranger program for kids going on behind me. We're gonna see what this is all about. Jacob mentioned the Artist Point was a very cool thing to see, so I went there first. That is pretty cool too. Feel the wind blowing. Incredible. You can see why there's so many people here at Yellowstone today.
Force in that water.
Not really views from there.
Good boy. Go down.
We are currently on the trail to the lower falls. This one is only about 3/8 of a mile. So this one will feel much better than our hike yesterday, which was, as Jacob and Matthew would tell you, anything but easy. Kind of like these downhills, nice contrast from yesterday. Lots of people out today. It's a beautiful day for hiking. Beautiful day to be at Yellowstone. Matthew and Jacob had no idea I'm putting together these videos. So trying to fill them in on what we are doing today. We'll show you what's at the bottom in just a second.
You can sit down, buddy.
Okay, so we made it about 3/8 of a mile down to the lower falls. Zero. Rainbow there. How amazing is that? So we've already seen one moose on this trip. Actually, on the first day. And you can see this car is stopped ahead of me. So I think that's where the moose is. The first moose I saw was about 3 years old, as they said. I think we spotted it. Behind that tree. This one definitely has antlers.
Seeing an animal.
Yeah, there's a moose right there.
Oh shit.
There he is. Isn't that something?
Yes, it is. Pure velvet.
I saw one earlier in the trip, but it didn't have antlers. This one is.
That's,
I watching them moving.
that's the first one we saw with antlers.
Isn't that incredible? So in that last little clip, I said that it was a moose. I actually think it was an elk. But nevertheless, it was a very large animal out there. And yeah, he was definitely hungry. He was eating a lot of vegetation there down by the road. So, seen an elk, seen a moose earlier in the trip, saw a bald eagle, saw some deer, some very close, and we'll see if there's anything else we can find out. So we will hopefully have more to show you a little bit later on. See ya. We are moving on to a mud volcano area, and it can definitely still smell that sulfur smell. Check this out. It was a mud volcano. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bison right alongside the road. There he goes. Never know what you'll find here at Yellowstone.
I agree. I think you should get him in there. That was the weekly preview brought to you by Travis.
We just have a bear sighting. Looks like a bear cub. Look at that, right alongside the road.
Oh, she's picking up steam.
Get excited.
You still videotaping, Paul?
Yes. I'm gonna edit it, don't worry.
It's 7 minutes. Could be worse.
Not that anybody here is counting.
I am.
I think it's happening.
What is this little star, Paul? Can't even see it.
Right?
So much steam.
Oh, wow.
Come on. There we come. All right, we are going to have to go to the Jackson Hole Rodeo officials right here. It was close.
All right, so we finally saw a bear. I was with Matthew and Jacob earlier in the week, and there was a bear around, but I never saw it. I was looking in the wrong direction, thinking that I might never see a bear out here. But yeah, just saw one. It was a mama bear and a cub, and it's a little bit hard to see, but you'll see in the video here in just a little bit that yeah, there were 2 bears. So maybe we'll see a few more. We'll see.
We're currently at Artist Point. You can see this amazing waterfall on the side here. Now, this is a very popular place right now, this time of year. And so much to see here. We've seen a couple waterfalls. This is probably the most impressive one we've seen so far. So Hidden Falls, and now this one. Pretty cool. All right, we literally just saw a bear. So we found ourselves a fox. I was just getting ready to leave Headwaters, which is where I'm staying. We got a little friend here. See if we can still find him. There he is. Looks like he's hungry, looking for something. So this is the place that we're staying in Yellowstone. This is Headwaters, which is located right in between Grand Teton and Yellowstone. And this is the room we had. A nice place. No TV, but you know, we really didn't need TV. Pretty basic. But just great location, great view. So as we head on out of here and close the door, because you know what, we don't really want mosquitoes getting back inside. We had quite a few of them the first night. So here we are. The trail, and just behind us, if we keep moving forward, would be the Snake River. So you can see as I kind of zoom in a little bit, we got those snow-capped mountains. Just gorgeous. If there wasn't so much to do here, you might never want to leave the actual lodge, but we did so much hiking, and yeah, we had room 433, which, yeah, probably the best view out of any here. So we were very fortunate with that. As we walk around, this place has a campground where people can either stay in a cabin or they can bring a tent, camper, trailer, RV, whatever they want to do. So this sort of is the lodge area. We opted for the 2 queens, but it's obviously customizable based on what you want. I got this place as a recommendation from a ranger that I met near Pittsburgh. She's a ranger here seasonally, lives in Pittsburgh during the other months of the year. And she recommended this place. I guess her family stayed here at one point. And she mentioned that this would be a great place to stay because, in part because it's right in between Grand Teton and Yellowstone. So, as we are walking down this path, we're heading towards the campground. I just saw a fox a little bit ago. I'll try to put that video in here in just a bit. But this is where all the campers go. You'll see as we kind of get a little deeper into this area, they have the more basic cabins, which do not have restrooms. So I think that everybody just sort of uses the common building for that, which I believe is actually back here. I think that's the building for restrooms. For some of these people, probably convenient. Yep, that's what that is. I always wondered where that was. Now, as we go further back, I was mentioning that there are cabins. So we're gonna cut through an area that nobody is using and show you what that looks like. We had a campfire here the other night. We found out that there was one of these sites that wasn't being used. So we had a campfire. Roasted some hot dogs. It was pretty nice, pretty cool. The firewood started almost immediately, which was amazing. Hardly took any work to get it going. So yeah, here's a couple cabins. They all have a fire pit, picnic table. I think there's 1 or 2 that's handicap accessible. So, very cool. I'm getting ready to leave this place and heading up to West Yellowstone, where I have a race tomorrow morning. So looking forward to that. But this has been pretty awesome vacation. I got the chance to take Matthew and Jacob, who just got into medical school. They're going to be starting this summer and this fall. So it was a really good way to celebrate their achievements.
And if you look hard enough, you will still find a little bit of snow. We were just talking about that the other day. It's really interesting. I don't know why, but there are certain areas where you'll see a little pocket of snow, even though today is almost 70 degrees. This is an area where apparently there was some sort of forest fire, and yeah, just knocked down a bunch of trees. That's where we gathered a bunch of firewood, actually, for our campfire, because we didn't bring any logs with us, didn't go to the store and buy logs. We just did kind of a man-made fire. So it's been a great trip. Getting ready for the next couple days, where I'll be out in Yellowstone. So moving away from the Tetons. And that black Jeep way out there, it's our rental. It's kind of gotten us from A to B all week. It's been awesome. Also, we've logged, I think, something like 1,200 miles. So a whole lot of miles on this trip. So not everything is convenient. You definitely have to be willing to drive around a little bit. So there you have it. Okay, so we just arrived here. This is where we're staying next couple nights. Let's check it out. Lights, pretty basic. I was actually wondering if it would have a bathroom, because I knew this was going to be a no frills kind of place, but should do the trick. Definitely got some very rustic kinds of look to this room. And yeah, the good thing is I'm like half a mile from where the half marathon is, so that should be pretty cool. So a great location for me. And yeah, that is all we got right here. Okay, so we're at the Race Expo this afternoon. Not too crowded right now. We're about an hour or so from the 5K, which I'm not going to do. We're running the half marathon tomorrow. We got a food truck here. Relatively quiet around here. So I parked in the back, and what I found to be sort of interesting is that you got some campers coming out to the park that they came fully equipped. Check this out over here. Yeah, that guy came ready for Yellowstone. Never seen one of those. Call it a roof nest. Get underneath the throat. Definitely came ready to go. All right. We've run in tomorrow, so probably no videos for a little bit, but that's at least a sampling of West Yellowstone, and hopefully it is a great day to be outside, as it has been this entire trip.